Today I'm going to teach you how to cast gainer. The cast gainer is one of my favorite tricks, so I'm very excited for this tutorial. Right off the bat, you have to have castaway down really solid before you try this trick. That's pretty obvious. The first thing you need to do is find a soft place to try this. You do not want to do this off a solid wall first, because if you whack your head, it's going to hurt a lot. Once you have found a nice place to try this trick, you should practice the set as shown on screen. Focus on pushing up, out, and away from the block you are going off of. Also focus on rotation, but the main thing when you're first learning it is getting distance. Kick your legs just how you would on a castaway. However, you should cast a lot higher than a normal castaway. Your legs should kick to a full straight position before you start to tuck. After you feel really comfortable with the set, you're ready to send to the full cast gainer. Again, you should be doing this on a soft surface, so hopefully it isn't too scary. On your first one, you should just think about going forwards pretty far. This assures that you won't develop the bad habit of being extremely close on your cast gainers, because that's not a good habit to have. You should strive to have between 6 and 10 inches away from the block, because that's just a safe distance to be. You'll also, once you do more cast gainers, you'll get really consistent with your distance. I would say I am consistently within the range of 7 and 8 inches on all of my cast gainers, and I am happy with that because I pretty much never go less than that unless I'm doing it at the end of a line, which you probably shouldn't do unless you have them super good. If you get to your chin to your chest, you also buy yourself another couple inches of space. Kaylin Chan has a really good tutorial on doing that, so that's helpful. Once you get comfortable with pushing out a ton, you can little by little start pushing up more until you're consistently at your distance that you want to be at. Another thing to be mindful of is foot distance. It's pretty easy to clip your foot when kicking through during the snap. I'll talk more about how to change this later, but for now, the next step is just spamming cast gainer, because a lot of people do cast gainer once into a pit and they're oh, I'm done with it, but you have to do it so many times to get it at a level where you can do it outside. Because if you're doing it off of 15 feet, that's way too high. I've seen people rotate super slow and be oh, I did cast gainer, but it was off of a cliff basically. So you need to have your technique good enough that you can do it off of something pretty small. What else? The ideal height for a cast gainer is you with your arms up. That's basically the best height to do it from. You should have your cast gainer good enough to do it there before you take it outside. A lot of people, when they make their cast gainer lower, they push a lot closer to the block. Try not to do this, as it can be kind of dangerous. I like to think about snapping really hard while pushing away, so that I don't get closer, but I also don't lose any rotation. That's about it for this tutorial. Obviously, that wasn't everything to know about cast gainer. There's a lot of details that I omitted just because if I was talking about all of them, I'd be here for a day. So this is all the main steps in cast gainer, all the important details. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.